Okay, I know I'm about 10 minutes late, but I changed what I was doing. So I'm doing this for you. I heard the sad cries from the actors and actresses. Woe is us, Mr. Murphy, we weren't here. So I'm going to review imaginary numbers for you. That was good acting, thank you, even with my cold. So we do not like having math we can't do. So what we're going to do is, before you'd say no reals, because you can't square something to get a negative in the real number system, so we came up with a new number. And that new number is I. I is going to represent the square root of -1. It's just a theoretical number. Now, since it's not a real number, we can square it, and -1, square root of -1 squared is -1. So you need to know those. And then today in class we did I cubed is -I, and I to the 4th is a 1. So this is 3I, square root of 9 is 3, and then square root of -1 is I. This we break up, square root of 4, square root of -1, and square root of 2. So that would be 2I square root of 2. Now, what they did is they called that an imaginary number. We already have real numbers, so I is imaginary. Then they put the two numbers together and called it complex. Complex is the biggest number system ever made. It's every number ever made. So if I say, give me an example of a complex number, you can say 4, 5, -2, 4I. Have fun. Then a real number is a number that has no I. So when B equals 0 of A plus BI. Imaginary is when you have an I. So B can't be 0 for imaginary. So see an I, it's imaginary. Don't see an I, it's real. Now, we can work with it mathematically. 2I plus 3I is 5I. This one, we're adding imaginary numbers, or complex, or others. By the way, under imaginary, they have something called pure imaginary. That's when you just have a number times I. So 7I or 4I. Real has rational and irrational, but we've talked about that before. So 2 plus 6 is 8. 3I minus 5I is -2I. Then we can multiply it. So just like before, you take this, distribute it. So this would be 6I. 2I times 5I is 10I squared. But wait a minute. I squared is -1. So we'd have 6I plus 10 times a -1, which is -10 plus 6I. It's a standard, or you should always put your I term second. Next, well, how do you do this? Well, we've been doing this all along. You FOIL it. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2I minus 2I minus 6I is -4I. I lost this too. Sorry about that. So 2I, -3 and 2 is -6. And then I times -3I is -3I squared. But I squared is -1. Negative is positive. So that'd be 7 minus 4I. Then here, you multiply the top and the bottom by I. We did this today. So it'd be 4I over 3I squared, which is a -4I over 3. Now, my original plan was just to focus on dividing to help me out with that, but we'll have to put that on another video. I have a cube root, so I need 3 the same thing. 4 has 2 2's, so I'd multiply the top and the bottom by cube root of 2. So that would be 6 cube root of 2 over cube root of 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. And 2 goes into 6 3 times. And last but not least, you multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate. which is 3 minus I. So distribute the 5, that's 15 minus 5I. Over FOIL it. So conjugate is same first term, same second term, but you switch the sign in front of your I. So 3 and 3 is 9. 3I minus 3I is 0. I is minus I squared. But I squared is negative 1, so it's actually 9 minus a minus, which is 9 plus 1. So it'd be 15 minus 5I all over 10. So that would be 5 goes in every term. So it's 3 minus I over 2. Woo, that was quick. Now, your homework due Monday is just imaginary numbers. And there they be. 1 through 6, 11 through 15, 18 to 34 even, 48 to 54 all, on page 250 to 251 in your textbook. Have fun. We'll go over some more tomorrow. Ooh, I like s'mores. And hopefully by Monday I'll be up to 90%. But we shall see. Bye-bye.